Hi, welcome to Detours Understanding Acquired Brain Injury, Neuroscience in the News. I want to share with you a recently published study. It's more of an observational study than anything else, but as is true for most Neuroscience in the News segments, these are about potential discoveries and things that may have applications for those of us with acquired brain injury. This study was probably one of the first significant studies that was focused on people with traumatic brain injuries and the application of a technology that's been around for a while, and that is deep brain stimulation. Now, deep brain stimulation is used to treat things like Parkinson's or anxiety or depression, and has been used to treat obsessive compulsive disorder. And what it is, well, a deep brain stimulator looks like this. And what it is a set of leads that are placed in strategic areas inside the brain in order to send electrical impulses to interfere with or to stimulate functioning of areas that do not function properly. And based on timing and location, research studies have shown that these work to fix dysfunctional areas. Now, what makes this small, and I mean very small study, so interesting is that a series of 6 patients who have traumatic brain injury had their symptoms decreased significantly. That was associated with a traumatic brain injury. This was not like secondary assistance. This was targeted towards helping people with TBI. This young lady is a good example. Her name's Gina, and she was studying for her law degree, and she was unable to complete her studies. And this happened to her 20 years ago, so this shows that this has potential for long-term survivors, people such as myself or Kate or other individuals who are with the company who've shared their stories. And so what Gina, she has problems with focus, memory, short-term, irritability, self-centered thinking, abstract, higher thinking, a lot of symptoms. Well, you've seen this picture plenty of times because it's probably one of the best ways to demonstrate what problems we see with damage to the medial frontal lobe, what's indicated by the red. And that's what this treatment targets. The deep brain stimulator is placed just outside the thalamus. Now, the thalamus acts kind of like a gateway for sensory inputs from the rest of the body, and then the signal spreads outward to certain areas of the brain. Here is an image showing you the networks from the dorsal and superior aspects of the thalamus. It is, as you can see there, it indicates the prefrontal cortex. And this is just outside of the thalamus where the stimulator contacts are placed. Now, what's important about this is you also have to figure out the right timing. So when you apply this stimulation, you have to know exactly how frequently you have to apply this stimulation. And so that takes time and effort to find out what helps. Gina had reported then after several months, and this is something else, it takes some time in order for new connections within the brain to be made. So it apparently also causes new dendritic and axonic growth to improve the function of the connections between the thalamus and the prefrontal lobe. But it decreases problems with attention, focus. Well, as you know from that previous map, it improves function in those areas, the self-centered thinking, the irritability and aggression, the problems associated with medial frontal lobe damage. And with the understanding also that this was, again, a very small study, just 6 people, one had to drop out. But this is certainly something that will receive further examination in the future and will lead us hopefully to a place where we can apply this kind of standard and hopefully develop a new treatment, a somatic treatment to treat symptoms like this. Thank you. Please